The crowd is the easiest mind to control. One man can be questioned, reasoned with, even persuaded. But once men gather into a crowd, they stop thinking as individuals. They become an echo, chasing whatever voice is loudest. Manipulators understand this better than anyone. They know that the crowd doesn't want truth, it wants belonging. The crowd fears being different more than it fears being wrong. And so it moves not with reason, but with momentum. Fear spreads faster in a crowd. Desire spreads faster in a crowd. Outrage, joy, hatred, whatever the spark, it ignites instantly when shared by many. One man panics, 10 follow, 1,000 repeat, and suddenly the illusion feels like reality. The crowd does not ask, "Is this true?" It asks, "Do others believe it?" The Stoics warned of this danger. Seneca said, "You should not follow the majority and believe what most believe. The truth is not decided by numbers." Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know the truth." The crowd's power is not in reason, but in numbers, and numbers alone do not make something real. Manipulators thrive here. They do not need to convince every individual, they only need to move the herd. Once the herd is moving, individuals are dragged along, afraid to resist, afraid to stand apart. The crowd itself becomes the chain. This is why propaganda works. This is why rumors spread. This is why false leaders rise. The crowd doesn't test the message, it mirrors it. And by the time the individual realizes, he has already surrendered his judgment to the collective. The Stoic response is to stand firm as an individual. Epictetus taught, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Why? Because breaking from the crowd always looks foolish. Independence feels like loneliness. But to the Stoic, this is freedom. The man who cannot stand apart will always be carried by the herd. The man who clings to the crowd's approval will always be enslaved by its moods. Today it cheers, tomorrow it condemns, and he will bend with it, never knowing who he truly is. The Stoic trains to resist this pull. He practices solitude. He examines impressions, not by asking, "Do others believe it?" but by asking, "Is it true?" He measures himself not by applause, but by virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. The crowd is powerful, but its power is borrowed. It can only control those who cannot stand alone. The Stoic, rooted in reason, is unmoved by the illusions of mass opinion. The manipulator wins when you lose yourself in the herd. But the Stoic wins by remembering the truth has never depended on numbers. The crowd's illusion is strong, but individuality grounded in reason is stronger. When thousands rush one way, pause. When the herd chants, listen carefully. When the world demands your agreement, test it against your reason. Because the crowd can be deceived, inflamed, and turned into a weapon. But the man who keeps his mind his own cannot be moved by noise. The crowd's illusion is ancient, but the Stoic's defense is timeless. To remain one when all are many, to hold truth when all chase lies, to live by reason when others live by echoes.
And that is how individuality breaks the spell of mass manipulation. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to truminds.